The Giants offense getting prepared to go to work here in the second week of the preseason. And we'll have our eyes certainly on the pass catchers here, most notably this man in his 5th NFL campaign, as he was terrific in that ball game a week ago with 2 touchdown catches.
And I like the way that he got the 2 touchdown catches. Combination of excellent route running, good moves in the middle of it, and how about the hands at the end to make the catches and get into the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive INT. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Jones now on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. 56 yards. And the Giants respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And
so the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Broken tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Giants go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down. Because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Has his man, that's James. And he'll be stopped at his tracks right at the 33. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off play action. Jones. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a 3rd. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Jones. That'll be caught by James. Touchdown! A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants are able to stretch out their lead. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. New York set to take the field.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Back to throw. Jones. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's Jones looking to throw on second down. And they'll get to him right away as he's taken down right there at the 44. Another catch for him. He's over the 250-yard mark now for the game, and he's got another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Jones on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They go play action here on first down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
This is caught. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block.
Second down and goal. Jones, he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes.
New York set to take the field.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, throw left side complete. That's James. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Now Jones, throwing on 1st down. Touchdown, Giants! A great effort there. 27 yards.
And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And that touchdown, his 5th touchdown grab of the game, and that ties him with Jerry Rice from 1990, Kellen Winslow Sr. from 1981, and Bob Shaw back in 1950 for the most receiving touchdowns in a single NFL contest. And maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long from Houston.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special Saturday night edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
The bright lights of Broadway just to the east of us, and we are under the lights as well at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The Giants offense ready to go here in this final tune-up before the start of the regular season. And the one we'll be watching is this man at wideout. And you wonder, what can he do for an encore, Charles, after the numbers that he put up a week ago?
That's a great question, because not only was he the talk of the NFL, he's talking the entire football world. You had little kids out there begging their parents for his jersey, wanting to be him, and put up those kind of numbers in the backyard. Now, look, I don't think he'll approach what he did last week, but 6 for over 100 yards, I think that's well within reach.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, they didn't do a lot there to fool anyone. They just came right out and ran the football, but with great success, and that's the way you want to get things started. A nice quick opener for a big gain.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Slayton. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown! An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they'd put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they liked, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Jones.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Powers through. The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
And the Giants are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Jones now on 1st down.
Oh, he brings it in off the deflection.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Operating from the gun, Jones. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Jones.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
James has got it. Complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might.
And now out come the Giants.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jones' throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2.
Back to throw. Jones. He finds his man. Complete. It's James. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw on target to James.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 33 yards that time.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards for number 11.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Runs through the contact, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Operating from the gun, Jones.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Looking to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. From 3 yards out, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley.
A
Big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check.
Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's James.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
There's a short one caught by Johnson.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Jones on 1st and 10. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Giants are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5.
today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Giants offense ready to begin this 2024 campaign. And the one to watch is going to be this man, their fifth-year wideout. He's the top dog of this receiving corps, and you'd have to think that he's in line to have a big year.
And there's no doubt in my mind, and I'm quite sure in yours as well, he makes them go. And the reason being, he can't wait to step out there and play an NFL game and have the spotlight shine on him. He loves the attention, and he produces.
Yeah, I was going to say, and if the ball's not coming his way, he's not shy about saying, the ball needs to come my way.
Does not matter if there's 2, 3, or 4 people on him. He always thinks he's open.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in the zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
To throw again on second down, Jones. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Still on his feet. Oh, good move. He may go. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
No wasting any time here before hitting on a big play. And that was something this defense talked about having to guard against. Not giving up big plays in the passing game. But here's one on the opening drive of the contest.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Looking to throw. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Shakes off the sack. On the move to his left. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. That's a really good job of execution by them.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Now Jones throwing on first down. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake.
Jones.
He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's James. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Jones. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton from 6 yards away.
And the Giants have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
New York set to take the field.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones.
That is caught, and he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry, because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the 2nd quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now, because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, he'll feel like they can't stop him.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Now a throw here, hauled in. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 34. And they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because
he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. There to make the grab.
And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
And New York set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Jones now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's James. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Well, he's been a busy man in this first half. They've targeted him quite a bit, including both plays here to start this drive. And until that defense starts reacting a little better, they may just keep going back to him.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. Jones.
That one taken in by Neighbors.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out.
And New York set to take the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Looking to throw. Jones. He finds his man complete. That's James. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Here's Jones. Off play action. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Jones on 1st and 10.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10.
And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James.
Now he's into the clear again.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Giants would extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way down to the 35.
53 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
A great gain there, and you know what might be the best thing about that?
What's that?
I've got him in our fantasy league, Mr. Davis.
But don't you think it's time for you and I to talk trade?
No. No, I'm good. I'm good.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Half 18, half 18. Hey, easy, easy. Ladybug, ladybug, ladybug. 51's Mike. Mike 51. I'm here all day.
Jones now throwing on first down.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's James. Touchdown! A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
And New York set to take the field. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Throwing on first down. Jones looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
18 more yards there and another first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Jones over the middle, complete. It's James. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Here's Jones on first down.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And with a yardage gained on that last reception, he is now in the NFL record books, folks. The all-time record for most receiving yards in a single game belongs to him. And the Giants are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. And New York set to take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Out from the shadows of their goal line, here's 1st and 10 from the 11. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Able to push his way through. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. He was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. In the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he's going to get this one across. whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week one. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Jones. He finds his man. Complete. It's James. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 yards and a giant first down.
And they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
He finds his man. Complete. That's James. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man. Complete. It's James. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards for number 11. Back to throw. Jones. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field.
And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
Jones throwing to start the drive. He finds his man. Complete. It's James. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now Jones on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Jets, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from
day.
From Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland.
It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C.